Hello everybody, I'm Storm here. Welcome back to Hearts of Iron for the United States. In the last episode, we had disaster strike. We were working on fighting in Mexico, trying to make some headway against the German army that was giving us some headaches there, when the entire South decided to secede from the Union and declare war on us, and that basically ended things because they had like 50 divisions. My entire army was stuck on the border with Mexico, and with Texas being included in the secession, that half my army was going to get cut off in a matter of minutes. So, game over, man. Game over. Total loss, no recovery, done. So, basically, for my own thoughts and the responses that I got in the comments, we're going to go ahead and we're going to start over, and we're going to try things a bit differently, and see if we can't do a better job this time around. I have a little bit better sense of how the US's mechanics work, and so I think that with a new start, we may be able to do some more with it. Now, for this particular run, since I'm basically considering the communist path to have been a failure, we're not going to go communist this time. Now, I know some of you want me to stay democratic, but no, we're not going to stay democratic. We're going to be going down the opposite route. We're going to be going down the fascist route this time around. And because I know that the Civil War is going to come, I can prepare for it. And that is what we're going to do. We're going to try and stay out of any international wars, foreign wars, until we deal with our own internal troubles. And then once that's dealt with, then we can go from there. Alright, so we gotta get things set back up again. Since we're basically redoing a lot of the same stuff we did before, I'm going to try and blow through it as quickly as possible. So, standard stuff, support equipment, we're going to be doing basic machine tools, we're going to be doing, oh, I clicked the wrong thing, electronic engineering, and I think I'm going to go ahead and grab a tank model right out of the gate. First and foremost. Now, for this guy, we're going to go ahead and we're going to build. Now, I don't know if we do the fascist civil war, if we take over as the South, or if we stay the North. You know what? I'll queue up some construction here. So that should be good there. For this, actually there's a few things. Okay, we have infantry equipment, we have support equipment, we have artillery and carrier fighters. I actually need a little bit more stuff. And what we're going to do for the ships is we just want to finish the ships that are under construction. And then we're going to do things a bit differently with the ships. Maybe. Get them all done first. Alright, so. We're going to need some motorized. Right? We're going to need some motorized. We're going to need some anti-air. That should be good there. We're going to need some actual fighters. We're going to need some close air supports. I'm not worried about carrier close air supports. We're going to go with Catalinas. So I don't tend to use carriers for ground bombardment. I tend to use carriers for dealing with enemy ships. So we'd use carrier naval bombers. Let's see. Speaking of carrier naval bombers, there we are. And the B-18 Bolo. And transport planes. There we go. Alright, that is done. Now, for national focus, since we're going to be going the fascist route, we're going to be reestablish the gold standard, which we cannot do until we kick FDR out of office, which won't happen until November. So we have a little while before we get to that particular point. Now, we could work on some of this stuff. War Department, War Plans Division, that kind of stuff. But it's not really all that necessary right now. And what we're going to need a lot of early on is political power. Because we're not generating a lot. And working on a focus actually costs us 1 political power per day. So I'm going to need the political power to keep control of the legislature early on, build up a lot of support, and then once we have a lot of support and then we go through the election, then we're going to start working on focuses. So we're not going to work on any national focus until the November election happens. So that's where we're going to be. We're short some rubber. Let's go ahead and just import some for now. That'll do. We have unassigned divisions. We're not training anybody. That's fine. So what we're going to do... sort by type. Oh, actually, I need to get in here and... infantry division, National Guards are going to get... militia symbol. The garrisons are going to get the garrison symbol. There you go. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. These are all the standard infantry divisions. Alright, you guys make an army out of you, and then we're just going to give you a front to get you to move. And then same thing here with the National Guards. Oh, gotta hold shift. Commands. Nope, 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 that's not what we're gonna do. And basically I'm going to be getting rid of the National Guard template. We're going to be converting all the National Guard's units into regular infantry. Listen up. Alright, and then you guys get over here. And then we grab... Attention. The Cavalry Division, which is going to become an Armored Division. You guys get over there too. That should work. And... then we'll assign all of the garrisons to an army. And actually, they're going to stay where they are. Because the garrisons are going to be useful. They're going to stay where they are for now. Alright, let's go ahead and speed things up. Let's see. Since all of you are going to become regular infantry... you know what, that's fine. We can do 2 infantry armies. I haven't assigned them Senator from South Carolina offers support. The senior senator from South Carolina has approached the government with an offer of support. His state suffers from critical underinvestment, and a government-initiated economic stimulus program would certainly make him reconsider his stance on certain proposed government policies. The senator sits on several important committees and is quite famous for being able to cut deals, making his vote worth several more in both houses. Invest in the economy of South Carolina. When it's selected, okay. We'll do that. And I think, though, that creates a timed... Yes. Gives us a timed decision here. We need to build an additional civilian factory in South Carolina. If we don't complete it within a year, 4 senators and 20 representatives will go in opposition. If we do complete it, 10 senators and 50 representatives will support the government. We want the government support, so we're going to go ahead and say, fine, you guys can build... Where was that again? South Carolina. Okay. Build me a civilian factory in South Carolina. Prioritize it. It'll be done in June. Perfect. And go ahead and do some medium lobbying effort to continue to build up our support. Alright. Representative speaks passionately in support of the government. Good. Alright. So, let's set up some training. We're going to do 2 sets of infantry divisions. So we need 19, which means we're going to need 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 run. Heads here. Gets out there directly. Alright. This has 7 in that army, I believe. Yes, 7. So we're going to need... 17? Yes. 17. Which obviously doesn't come out to a decent number, so we're just going to go ahead and say, just train all 17 in parallel. And yeah, that's going to hit our manpower a little bit, but no big deal. Do it. And then you guys head there. We won't even be able to train them for a while because we just don't have the equipment. That's fine. Alright, next order of business is the Navy. All our ships come to Norfolk, and then we'll decide what it is that we're going to do with the Navy from there. Alright, the other thing that I want to take a look at while we are working on things is our various squadrons. I want to bring them up to a bit larger numbers. 96 should be fine. 60, no. Coming to 100. You guys come to 100. You guys come up to 100. I tend to like to use 100 in the squadron. "12 medium bombers is basically pointless. So bring that up to 100. These are carrier air groups. bring those guys up to proper numbers. Good. Remilitarization of the Rhineland. Okay, Germany has stationed troops in the Rhineland territory close to the French border, in clear violation of the Treaty of Versailles. The local population cheered the German soldiers on, while the diplomatic reactions from France and Britain have so far been muted. It is no more than the Germans walking into their own backyard, a political commentator in Britain observed. Oh, also, one thing I did do when setting up this new game is I completely randomized the AI behavior of all of the available powers that I could do that with. So, we don't really have any idea exactly what anybody's going to be doing. Though we do know that the Germans have remilitarized the Rhineland, which means they have not chosen to attempt to overthrow Hitler. Alright. Do special measures. That'll get us some more support. And then do our medium lobbying effort. I'm going to want some political power to build up. Second London Naval Conference. Because we're going to want to get out of the naval treaties. Alright, Spanish Civil War. Alright. We'll kind of keep an eye on that. We can't really participate or anything, so I could I don't really have anything that I could send as Lend-Lease. Alright, Senator retires, so 8 senators go in opposition. That's annoying. Representative speaks in support of the government. Good. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to have you guys all train. And then what we're going to do is let's assign you some commanders. I need someone who is an infantry officer. Yep. See, you're both an infantry officer and a panzer leader, which means I think it'd be better to put that person in charge of a armored, basically in charge of armor. We'll use you. There we go. You're an infantry commander. Alright, basic machine tools. Okay, good. Do concentrated industry. We're going to do construction. Because we don't have any focuses that give us any industry, we're going to have to build all of our own. Yep, second London Naval Treaty. So we want to make sure that we have good construction. Lobbying effort will be done in 3 days. Ah, that got us good stuff. Alright, more lobbying. So I'm going to want to do all of this stuff. But we need construction 2 for some of it. Excavation 2. So yeah, I'm going to be working on a lot of that. Now, where was the extra research slot? There. going to need to go limited intervention, because that'll allow us to change our undisturbed isolation. And we're going to want to go down this route early to get the research slot and to reduce the effects of the Great Depression. So that's going to be some of the first things we do. And then once we got that taken care of, then we're going to head down this kind of fascist part of the tree. So that's going to be the plan. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and grab the Stuart. So we're not going to worry about any actual armored divisions until we have Stuarts. Okay, we did get that. Civilian factory built, so that should have taken care of that. Invest completed. Good. We're going to want some convoys. (27th of June). This is going to be done. Okay, so that's done. All right. So we need to take a look at the Navy a little bit here. Which, what we're just going to do is we're just going to go ahead and merge everybody. We're probably going to want to bring us up to 8 carriers. Let's see, the one thing we don't have is any kind of radar. Actually, this is gonna be a fairly decent ship for us to start with. So we're gonna do some Yorktown class carriers. We're gonna build 5 of them. So maybe not the Essex. We're just going to dump them into the single Navy here. You know what? We'll build it. Let's see. Let's change this to... it wouldn't make any sense to name it the Iwo Jima or the Midway. Or the Coral Sea. Let's go with the USS Intrepid. There we go. Alright, that's only going to require us a whole pile of steel and chromium. We can import the steel from France. And the chromium we can grab from Turkey. Senator from South Carolina offers support. There we go. Let's keep up our lobbying efforts. Do we have pretty solid support across the board? Actually, once we finish this medium lobbying effort, what we might actually be able to do is take a focus. you're going to be an armored division. So I think we're going to throw Hodges in there. Alright, leadership purchase in the Soviet Union. And for the garrisons... anybody here who has... a planning speed wouldn't make much sense. Defense, logistics, max entrenchment. You sound like our guy. Our games of the 11th Olympiad. We've already read through most of those events. Hodges falls ill. Alright, that's unfortunate, but it won't affect us too much at this point. Alright, you guys are done your training. These guys still need a little bit of training. And we're not going to get enough experience from training to really worry about doing it beyond enough to get our troops up to regular status. It'll take 2,000 days. Well, that's because we have a whole bunch of troops out there that are being trained. Looks like we need a little bit more rubber. Mechanical computing and construction. And concentrated industry. Good. Let's grab radio. Let's grab... some improved artillery. And let's grab the P-40s. Senator speaks out against government policy. Alright, Italy annexed Ethiopia. How are we doing? We're doing good. So let's actually go ahead and... oh, we're almost to November. So we'll hold off. Let the political power build up a little bit. Alright, you guys are all done. You can stop exercising. 40 representatives go into opposition. That's irritating. But we're still fine. Alright, free military factories. Let's dump most all of the military factories into infantry equipment. Let's try and get those filled out. We can modify the government. I want to hold off on that for the moment. Alright, M3 Stuart is done. Let's go ahead and get the variants. We're going to go for the T-56 gun motor carriage. And that should give us an armored division template. Which we're going to go ahead and we're going to say you guys are going to become an armored division. We need to start building some light tanks. There we go. Some light tanks are under construction. Alright, we are going to go the Republicans. We must safeguard the ideals of the American system. We get the political power infusion. We gain Standard Oil of California, which grants industrial research speed, resources research speed. Alf Landon becomes the president. Good. So now what we can do is we can go ahead and reestablish the gold standard. Burn through that quickly. We've done the T-56 gun motor carriage here in a moment. So another thing we're going to need to start building eventually. M8 HMC. The Little Entente. Seeking to form a united front against common enemies, France has reached out to Czechoslovakia with an offer of forming a Little Entente to unite against common enemies, thereby foregoing their bonds with Britain from the Great War. While offered a place in the defensive pact, the British Prime Minister made it clear that Britain does not consider the alliance beneficial to the protection of European liberty. France has nevertheless established diplomatic ties with other nations that might feel threatened, and are encouraging unity for the sake of keeping the diplomatic balance in Europe and prevent future conflict. Only time will tell if they can succeed. Alright, so we have the French Entente alliance between France and Czechoslovakia, so France has not joined the Allies. We'll see how that plays out. Alright, so we want to go ahead and get the T-56 GMC. Let's go ahead and slot that in. Not gonna worry about feeding it a factory right now. Build new munitions plants in South Carolina. 191 days. Oh, I didn't realize that was going to be a thing. That is something we can definitely do. Hopefully we can get it done in 190 days. Yeah, we should be able to get that done. Alright, senators go into... Oh, really? We're gonna lose all that support? Fine. Special measures. Hit the medium lobbying effort. Well, that's rather irritating. Well, I guess we did build up a bunch of support for FTR, and then we kicked him out of office. Alright, then we're gonna have to, do I go for this? To begin developing fascist support? No, we're gonna hold off. We're gonna go ahead and build up the support in the government. So we can get the other stuff done that we need to get done. Alright. Bunch of research done. Do I want to grab the T1 Heavy? Not worried about the heavy tanks right now. I think right now what we're going to do is we're going to go for... It's 1937. Get construction 2. Get concentrated industry. And get improved machine tools. Alright, so I think what we're going to do is we're going to end the episode here. Hopefully we can get that munitions plant done. And then we can get this lobbying done. And because we're gonna need like a bunch of senators to move their support. Let's at least see what happens here. Okay, that's not bad. Start that again. 45 more days. Alright. So we'll go ahead and let that run. So for now, as I said, we'll end here. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Go ahead, like, subscribe, and comment. And I will see you next time.